I definitely love today's mixes. Leo Unique aliamua mutajua mjui. There's a song he's played and it's a song from way back and it just reminded me of Amelina. You know the song inaitwa Shine? It's your time. Wakati wako. That's such a beautiful song. And I was just asking, actually my guest in studio, where did Amelina go? Nikaambiwa alienda Maju. Mayolo. Ali relocate. Anyway, welcome back. This is Entertainment Thursday right here on Good Morning Kenya, and we are about to have an interesting and informative conversation. Our topic of discussion today right here on Entertainment Thursday is on talent manager, and the role of talent managing, that is, and the role of talent managers in the creative economy. And to push this particular conversation are people who are actually doing that. They are talent managers and have been in the scene for long. And beginning on my very far left is the beautiful Anchi. She's always here, by the way, mara mingi. Ningia mwanangi anakuanga ameleta watu. You know? Yeah. But we are behind the scenes. We normally see the talent, but we don't see the talents managers, the ones who are behind and pushing the talents. That is Anchi. Anchi is the CEO and founder, Creative Catalyst Africa. And right next to Anchi, we have Mike Mutenyo. Mike Mutenyo is an award-winning brand manager. He is a communication strategist and also a music executive. Welcome to the show, Mike and Anchi.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we normally don't see the faces of you guys.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. How does it feel to be now up ambele?
Zoea kuwa behind the scenes, but for me, I think it's I'm very comfortable here because I'm always here with my artists.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
Just to add on what Anchi is saying, as much as we're usually behind the scenes, what the artists do when they're here, we're usually part of that package.
Yeah.
You're part
Training
of that.
them of how to speak.
Yeah.
Eye contact.
Yeah.
So when we get a chance to be here, it's like home.
Yeah, it's home. And by the way, Mike, you used to sing. Kitambo.
Yes,
What?
You shocked?
I didn't know.
Kitambo.
KBC is like home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to come here. It's just that I'm a totally different person from those days. If you were to take my pictures and that from now, it's different. That's why that's why most people can't connect the two. But I used to be an artist, and the passion is still there. It's just that it's in a different space.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a good ear for music.
I do.
Yeah. All right. Let's start by defining the role of a talent manager. Or first of all, just who is a talent manager?
Okay. A talent manager is somebody who aids the growth of a talent, an artist in our case, with the aim of getting them to their goals. Yeah, I think that's how I'd basically define
I've been
it.
asked to take a break, so let's take a break and then we'll come back.
So,
All right. Thank you for staying with us. We chosen us to start off your morning. This is Entertainment Thursday, and before we went for on that short break, Anchi was just explaining to us who a talent manager is. So if you can carry on, Anchi.
I was trying to remember the words I used in the past. Okay, so a talent manager is somebody who aids and guides a talent towards their goals. Yeah, in whatever art they've chosen to do. Yeah. So basically that's my work. Also a big role we play is, brand management and development. Just build self-esteem, just things so that when they come to the outside world, they feel, how can I say it?
Yeah.
Supported. Yeah.
Yeah.
To amplify what Anchi is saying, so brand managers, what they exist to do is to be your eyes, to be your legs as an artist or a talent. Basically, when as before we went on a break, I heard you saying I was an artist. That's
Yeah.
true, I was. And the challenge that we had at that time was we had very few people in the music business because we concentrate on the talent, the skill itself. But now, you being able to know what you should do, how many songs should I release this year? Example, when? Who should I collaborate with? When someone needs to reach out to me, how do they reach out to me? So basically, you're in charge of the business aspect of an artist. But now, when we say business, a new artist might say, my career is not making any money. So what do you mean business? Business does not mean money alone. It means even from the formative stages, which Anchi has mentioned, which is the development. It's very key and it's overlooked. Especially in Africa, it's not very common.
Yeah.
And then we have the positioning, brand positioning. That's what managers do. We help you to know where you can fit in, where there's a gap, and then we have the representation. We be your voice, so that Uchomi sana, you're not all over, all over, so that you can concentrate on your craft. And then the rest is the business side of being able now to help you make decisions and help you actualize your vision, which is very important.
And maybe what made you decide to get into that space of being someone who manages talent?
Mine is a very personal story. The first artist I managed was a Tanzanian musician at the time. Her name is Vanessa Mde. We met in college.
I love how you're just saying it in passing, like a Tanzanian musician. Vanessa Mde?
The one and only
Yes, please.
Vanessa Mde. And that's where I started. And my first year of working with her, guesswork. Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't really have somebody directly to look up to. I didn't know where to get information on how best to, support my friend. At the time, it's my friend. So that's where I started. I didn't go to school for any of this. I'm actually a kindergarten teacher by profession.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think it plays a big role because the amount of patience you need working with artists. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I
Tell
think
me
it
about it.
yes. So that's how I started, and we just learned the ropes as we went along. I think around 2016 or 17 is around the year where we were like, okay, we need to get serious. We need to, treat this like a business, because in the beginning it's a little bit more informal. You're getting a lot of trips. You're taking a lot of trips. You're not really focusing on the business end of it. Like, are we opening a bank account? Are we, what you were saying, the business side of stuff. It was more of just like a hobby at the time. But in around 2016, 17, when we sat down and said, okay, this can actually be a means to make us money and take us very far, and that's how I am here now. Yeah.
For you, Mike, I tend to think it's because you are an artist, and maybe you saw that gap when you were in there.
A failed artist. Add the word failed.
A failed artist. I'm thinking you saw the gap when you were in the scene.
Yeah, so by the year 2015 is when I formally stopped being a musician. And the decision was a hard one because my whole life was defined by music, in the sense that, yes, I went to school. I was at the University of Nairobi, but anyone who was there with me at that time knew this guy is a musician. Even this degree is doing, but ametumwa na baba. So, but when the year 2015 reached, I had like 7 years in it, and I saw this is not working. So after you've quit something you've done for so long, you try to find what will I do with myself. And by chance at that time now, that's when I had met my wife. She used to work at a studio I used to record at called Ogopa DJs. So at Ogopa, that's how, when I met her, she used to work there. And in the course of you finding what to do, now I don't have a career, what will I do? I asked her, you can be a publicist, and then me, I can do managing artists.
Yeah.
And that's how it began.
Yeah.
We registered the company in 2016. It was a step of faith, but I tend to feel God usually aligns things, because in the same year I met someone who has been very instrumental in me becoming who I am, which is the person is DJ Pinye, who I met through chance, in the sense that he had gotten some two girls called Banbeka, and he was asking them, do you know anyone who can manage you, because me, I'm too busy. And I came into their mind, me and my wife came. So that's how, by chance, I dived into this world of managing. So I can say it's a failed career led me to my career.
It led you to what you're doing right now that
Yes.
is flourishing.
Yes.
And I don't know, do Kenyan creatives or have Kenyan creatives embraced the managing thing? Because I feel like most Kenyan creatives, not just artists, creatives in general, because I feel every creative needs to have a manager who's managing them. Have they embraced really, or have we really embraced that term of talent management? You know, are we really looking to get into it fully, whereby we have every creative having a manager?
I think people have embraced it. The problem is in that the industry does not have structure. So say you get a manager, that person doesn't have a job description, they have nothing. You're just like, that's my manager, that's my manager. And even for me when I started, that's how it was. Vanessa would say, that's my manager. Now, I don't even understand really what that means or what it takes to do exactly that job. But I feel now, even in just you guys bringing like us together, I have never met Mike before, but we've sat in that room, and the short conversation we've had, I've realized us sitting down and talk and having a coffee will be us building that, you know, that the importance of that, and kind of like starting to structure what talent management looks like, so that we don't have new talent just coming, oh, my cousin, you tell your cousin, please come be my manager, come usimame hapo. They have no idea how to negotiate on your behalf. They don't know your value. They don't know what you're supposed to do as an artist. So I think we are getting there. Yeah, we are getting there.
Yeah, and what does it take for you to decide, I will manage this artist and not this one? I will manage this creative and not this one. So as a talent manager, what are you looking at before you start managing someone?
So for talent, before I answer that, I would like to speak a bit to add on. So in Kenya, there's a misconception in the sense that people know who managers are, but they don't know what managers do. People think managers are PAs to come with you in an interview and take content for you behind the scene. That's not the work of a manager. A manager is not there to be given instructions. A manager is your business partner. Since if you have a manager, basically it's a business. So you guys need to create a business structure around that. So it's something that has not been amplified a lot. So even you might be shocked that 3/4 of musicians don't know exactly what managers do. And it is through established artists who've had a proper structure of managers, them being able to articulate in that, them being in an interview and say, so and so is my manager and this is what he has done. He's been instrumental in doing this and this and this and this. So it's a conversation that needs to start and be ongoing. But I'm glad it's, several industries, people are able to see an artist who has a manager, the difference, and those ones who don't have. So that's what I wanted to add on that. So what we look for, like me now, Mike, since apart from the talent, managing musicians is managing an individual, personalities, managing a person. So you must connect with the person first, in the sense that discipline has to be very key. Knowing where they want to go, or having an idea. If they don't know, having an idea so that you can help them have that path. And then them being willing to listen, because if it's a business partnership, you can't call the shots all the time. And since when you're an artist, you are a creative. Sometimes creatives make decisions that are not good for business, so they need to be reminded, hey, you can't do that. Chill, we're going this direction. So the person must be someone who is willing to listen and learn and unlearn. And then overall, it's having something within themselves that they want to achieve. Because I can't come into your vision, I can't come and create a vision for you and run it for you, so will be the artist. So basically, it's when I come into the picture, I'm coming to amplify, just to get, I'm coming to know exactly what do you want, why are you doing this, where do you want to go, and then now we create a plan so that we go together.
So one needs to have a plan.
Discipline,
you know, on what
plan. But talent is very key because there's some doors that talent will open for you, even if you have all that, because we've seen artists who are very, very good at branding. When you go to their Instagram, it's just motto. Mbwembwe. But there's no career there. And the people usually know that there's no career, that are the managers. In that outside, they appear like they're very successful musicians. But you stayed with them for 1 full year, you've not made a cent.
That actually happens more often than not. A lot of the talent you see around here, in Instagram too. But
there's no money.
There's no money. They probably can't even afford to take an Uber. They can't, and I mean this with all due respect to them. These are my people. So you find a lot of them live like that. Even for me, there's artists who I started managing last year, and not to blow my own horn, but to blow my own horn. The difference in their lifestyle, their self-esteem between last year and right now is just completely crazy.
But how do you get to a point where a talent or an artist or a creative is now making money, is bringing money into the pockets? Because as you said, most of them, it's just show, you know, they're living, it's a facade, it's all a facade. But how do we make it real? You know, as talent managers, when you start working with them, as you've said, the difference from before you started working with them to now that you have held their hand and you're working with them, you're behind them, what is it that you do so that it reflects in their pockets as well and their bank accounts?
So, first of all, the main thing is knowing that music is a tool, as in the songs, they are tools. And what a tool does, it opens the world to you, it brings opportunities to you, it enables you to get onto stages and rooms that you will not get in. So that's why you will see someone, they've had a popular song, and then they come out and tell you, do you know I'm broke? I didn't make any money. To normal people who are not in the music business, they usually don't understand. Haya, your wimbo siko na 10 million views.
Unadoa aje. People than 1 million views ni one.
You see, do you know why it's like that? It's because now it has to be monetized. Anything that comes out of that, whether it's a hit song, whether it's you becoming famous because of a TikTok challenge, it has to be monetized. So that's how now getting to understand the revenue streams in the music business is very important, knowing that, so you're a musician, you will perform. Have we submitted your music to music distribution? Do we have a distribution deal with a company so that they can sell your music on Spotify or wherever? Do you have any other skill that can be monetized apart from you singing? So it's a long list of revenue streams, but now most of the time, without the information, an artist will only know 3. Performing, brand ambassador, stroke influencer nowadays, which has too much pressure. It has made artists become influencers. They'll tell you that, performing, influencer, stroke brand ambassadorship, and then what else? Streams. Yet selling my music on digital platforms. Yet we have other revenue streams. So it's you getting to know. So that's the benefit of having a proper manager like Anchi and Mike, because now they will know we really need to monetize this brand, and this is the time we need to do this project. This is the time we need to stop doing this. All that is centered around now the music business aspect of the talent, not the hit song, which is, the hit song is very important.
But it's not
everything.
It's not everything.
It's a step into
especially these days. It's not everything. I think for me, at Creative Catalyst, like you said, the biggest money maker is social media. I am diving headfirst with that thing because for a talent to have that self-esteem we're talking about and to build themselves to where they have been, you have to have money. You have to, there's no two ways about it. You have to have money. You have to feel like what people think you are. You have to, if you don't feel that and if you don't have that attitude and energy, you kind of just will stagnate, right? So I am pushing them to do a lot of social media, but we are doing it within the talent. So for me, I don't have many musicians. I started with musicians, but I needed a break. I've done Vanessa, I've been with Sauti Soul. Those people took my life. So I also wanted to open up a bit into other parts of the arts. So right now, there's a lot of focus on film, and I also have some talent who are actually influencers. I've signed them and I manage them as their influencers. For that, I think business-wise, it makes a lot of sense because they bring in some income. The influencers directly bring in income. The actors have very big followings, meaning when we talk to agencies, we can ask for big amounts of money for them. Social media, like we were saying, the talent is a lot, but your social media plays a very big role. In 2024, if you don't have social media, you kind of can't. There's a lot of people who say, oh, you know, me, I'm different. I'm not going to do the social media thing. Let's see how far you're going to go.
There's no way out of that?
It's not possible.
Yeah.
That is our current newspaper. That's how we, a long time ago, we used to rely on this old school, you know, only TV and radio and whatnot.
I Twitter old school.
Traditional
media.
A lot has changed.
Yeah, traditional media. But now there's so many more avenues to, you know, to push yourself. And if you don't take advantage of them, it's very easy for you to get left behind.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
I want to know where we're drawing the line, because there's something Mike has said, whereby now it's like we can't see the difference between, or we don't know how to differentiate an artist and an influencer, because now they're all going into influencing. So where do we draw that line, whereby an artist can still influence, but now hatukuangali kama, okay, huyu siku hizi ni content creator.
Let me give you a very good example. Nyashinsky. Nyashinsky makes big money from social media, but nobody can call him an influencer. He's not there with the drink he's influencing, like making a cocktail and whatnot. As the manager, you have to kind of like assist them in that aspect. I'll give an example of Brian Kabugi. Brian has been a star from when he was a child. Right? He has a very big following on, a decent following on his social media. And brands are very interested in him because he speaks to a much younger audience who are many, and now they're all over TikTok and whatnot. And I keep reminding him that you're not an influencer, but because you're making money from it, we act kwa hizo videos za social media. Because even when casting agents from abroad are looking for you, they'll come to your social media. If they find you there making a drink with, for example, I don't know if I can say this, with Sprite, which he's pushing, if he's creating a cocktail with it, it's not the same as if he makes a video where he's acting and actually showing the talent he has within that piece of content. Then it's not easy for him to be told, you're an influencer too. No, he's not. He's an actor, but he's pushing a brand. Right? So I'm a bit ishy if about that word influencer, but it is what it is.
And it's making the money.
Yes, it is.
So you have to do, so for talents, if you're influencing and you want there to be a barrier whereby you're not seen as an influencer, you do what you do, but then you put your whatever it is. Yes, like for an artist, just release the music you're releasing, but have the brand of whatever you are influencing in the music, right? Not you coming to us telling us now this, you know,
this product is this.
That's a digital creator. I've been thinking of that word. That's a digital
so that's how you
creator.
draw that line.
So with a proper team and a brand strategy, you'll find a balance. So it's just that most of them, they might not have the manager, or they forget. They get lost. By the time 1 year has ended, you start seeing them as an influencer instead of a musician and actor.
Probably for someone who's watching us right now, because we even had an artist just before you guys came in who was talking about, you know, he really knows he needs a manager and all that, but he doesn't know where to start. So maybe for a talent who's watching us right now, how do you go about picking who to, okay, you've mentioned that, but do you go out scouting? Do you go out scouting for this talent, or can the talent look for you and come tell you, okay, I would love for you to manage me? So do you go out scouting, or you allow them to also just come to you?
It's two-way.
Go fast. Yeah.
It's two-way. And so an artist can look out for me, or I can look out for them. An example is like the first artist, the second artist I worked with, who is Otile Brown. He reached out to us because at that time he had gotten out from the label he was working with. So he knew he needed someone to help him just start running, basically. So it's him who reached out that, hey, you guys, I want to work with you. So we had a meeting and it happened. We have artists that when we, in our daily activities online, you see this guy has potential, or you see this person has a following, but they appear they are lost. You can reach out. So it's two-way. So whether you are established or you are an upcoming, but the bottom line is if you're a talent out there, it is you to be in the know of what's happening, be in the know of who are talent managers out there, because ignorance will not help you in any way. It's you knowing what's happening so that now it's easy for you to reach out via DM, because most of our profiles, they usually have contacts in case you need to reach out, so that you can send your demo or whatever, arrange a meeting. And that's what we look for, because we in business, so we are looking for serious people to work with.
Yeah.
So how you present yourself is what will determine me taking you up, whether you are new or you're not new.
Do you have enough talent managers in Kenya?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, in fact, I was going to say the reason why I currently manage 8 talents. I don't think I reached, like I looked for any of them. Currently, my DM is full of talent. I don't even know like where to start with it. Like, I'm honestly overwhelmed. So one of my really good friends is Bian's wife. Her name is Chiki. And in fact, I wanted to talk to you about this next week, but here we are. And we are coming up with a masterclass for talent managers, because I want more. I want to have 100. Yeah, I don't want to have only 8, because we have such good talent here, but they have no direction. And it's so easy to see. Even one thing I go through a lot is like my emails. I feel like, this is just my own mentality, but I feel like for talent, if you go that step and send me an email, you may try. A DM is very easy to send me, but if you go that next step, so I go through every single email that comes in, and the potential is crazy, but I don't have the capacity to take all of them. Yeah, I absolutely not, but that's part of building the industry, where the talent are so many, but if we don't have managers to manage that talent, then it all just goes nowhere. Yeah. You find, like we were talking about an artist, they just go and disappear, and you're like, what happened to so-and-so? And they're just gone completely. And they were probably so great, but they didn't have somebody to cushion them, to hold their hand through it. Yeah.
And I really like that idea of master classes, because it's related to the conversation we were having in the waiting lounge, where we were saying talent management is a very new career path in Kenya, still new. Some of us, even our parents, they have no clue what we do. Yes, they have an idea.
Aki, thanks for having us
still
here.
ask,
My mom,
we did, wana deal na DJ na musician, what wanaimba, you see. So it's a very foreign career path, in the sense that there are no people who are structured, that you can look up to their template and say, so when this guy was new, he did this. When she was new, she did this. So it's a good way of us stopping whining, us who are there, and coming up with such forums, so that now we can spot people who have the potential of being future managers, and just sharing with them the knowledge that we've built over the years, the networks that we have, so that we build an industry. Any other industry, that's how they've grown in, that if you happen to be the first one and you have an idea of how that world operates, share and bring up the others. That is what will solve this problem of us not having enough money. I don't think even if it's a percentage, when we compare the amount of talent and talent managers in the country, it's not even 1%. Less.
Yeah, so there's need for more talent managers to jump on board. We need to finish, unfortunately, but money-wise, how do you go about like working with money in terms of what do you get, what the artist gets, what the creative gets, you know, and how do you also avoid conflict, because we know that pesa huleta vita saa zingine. So how do you work about
for
that?
me, one thing that has been very strict in Creative Catalyst is legal, contracts, because nimechomeka. Hey, you know, with artists, you become, as their manager, you're like their best friend. They tell you everything. You're there for them, blah, blah, blah. But it's so easy for when the money comes in, like, okay, best friend, thanks so much for your help, because you can't even quantify the work I've done for you. Even for them, it's hard. You know, I can't put full blame on them. For them, it's difficult to say, okay, maybe I should give Anchi this much. So when I started Creative Catalyst, I said mine is going to be 20%. I just did some homework of what's on the ground, what's done internationally, and any money that's brought in for the talent, I take 20% of it, and that's how the company is able to run.
Yeah, so the important thing here is have it down on paper.
Contract.
Never stop.
Both for your interest and for the interest of the
it's
talent.
business, and there's no friendship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
That's
the bottom line.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to wind up this conversation. I feel like that time
It
was
was
really
short.
short
Yeah,
for
but it
this
was
conversation, but we can always have you guys back so that
Yeah.
we can talk more about it, so that we can, because this, as you said, it's quite new in the Kenyan industry. So I feel like we should really talk about it and create awareness about, you know, talent managers and why it's important for a creative to have a talent manager who's backing them up, so that we get to grow the industry, because that is what we're looking at. We're looking at the Kenyan music industry, or the Kenyan creative industry as a whole, to just get to blow off, you know, like the likes of South Africa, the likes of Nigeria. We need to get there, because we have the capability. We have enough talent in this country to enable us to just, you know, be the talk of the continent.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Anchi. Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us for this conversation. I believe that when we call you again, you'll come back.
Of course.
All right. This is where we call it a wrap right here on Good Morning Kenya. Thank you so very much for keeping us company on Entertainment Thursday. From me, DJ Unique, and the entire team of Entertainment Thursday, Good Morning Kenya, we wish you a lovely day. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Goodbye.